65 GTC4, black. Just got it tuned. It's not the nicest one I've seen. It's a little rough around the edges, a little dirty. It's been sitting. Came to the shop because it wasn't running, and found out it was carburetors. Cleaned them all up. Now we're just taking it out for a quick drive. Didn't tune it because I think it should be okay, but I just put some fresh gas in it. Put about 10 gallons of fresh gas in it. So I'm going to just take it out and run it a little bit. I think running it will help clean these carbs out a little bit. So we can hear her. So just getting some temperature in it, feeling the car a little bit. Pulls a little to the left. Check tire pressures, and I think the tire pressures are okay, but I'll double check. Just getting some heat in the car because I want to see how it runs. I also just want to see what it'll do, if it'll run a little bit better once I get the carburetors kind of run through. I didn't want to disassemble everything at the very beginning, just because I think it was, last time I looked at this car, it was running pretty well and had been tuned already. So I don't think it necessarily needs it. This pull is really bad to the left. To find out what's going on there. But yeah, just experiencing this car for the first time and just trying to get some temperature in it so I can see what it really needs now that I got it started running and driving a little bit. Can't really assess it until you put some temperature in it, get the oil temperature up, run some water temperature through it. So I'm going to see how this goes. So GTC4s, they say that some of the best sounding cars around, and I have to admit, it definitely has a nice rumble. I don't know what they did with the exhaust, but it certainly sounds pretty good. Yeah, you hear that? That's one of those great sounds. A little bit of a hesitation just on initial tip in. Could be a little bit of timing, but I also feel like once I get the carburetors a little tuned better, that hesitation might go away. Sounds like it's coming from the front of the dash. I'll pull off here and just do a little bit of back roads here. These tires are old, you can feel them a little slippery. Go too fast, never know what's coming around the corner. oil temperature still hasn't even moved. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of hesitation there. Check timing, make sure nothing's cross-firing. Yeah, you can feel it, like right around 4,500 RPM, it's starting to get a little hesitation. That means the main jet should be open. It could be carburation just simply because it got clogged and, you know, there's trash in the car, but I gotta look into it. But you can definitely feel it needs a little bit of love. It's not pulling smoothly. It's starting to have a little bit of hesitation up top. Right there. Whoa, 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 whoa. Something's up. It's getting better, though. It's getting better. The old Italian tune-up. I mean, you're just kind of getting some fuel through there. I mean, when I pulled this thing apart, it had so much blue stuff. I think it was stable. And, you know, I can't think of what other fuel additive would have that blue color, but it could just be a fuel stabilizer. And then as it evaporated in the bowl, it just kept leaving that blue residue on everything and gumming everything up. So when I first took it all apart, the accelerator pumps were all clogged and gummed up. And if it was gumming up the accelerator pumps, I gotta imagine it was doing the same thing with the main jets. And I could feel that surge before when I really put my foot in it. And then the second time I did it, there was less surge. So maybe it was blowing out some of that trash that's in the main jets. Could be. It's just theoretical. It's feeling better. It's pulling better. Imbalance. I can feel the surging. the edges, but you know, it's kind of nice, I think. Just like an old car, it just kind of keeps going. Mechanically, it seems to be okay. It's got a couple squeaks here and there. That funny squeak in the steering shaft seems to be disappearing. The other thing that I find neat about this car is it's a black car. So 365 GTC4s have this unfortunate reputation of having clown lips. So it's the rubber bumper that's this black rubber bumper. This black rubber bumper that is not, you know, depending on the color of the car. If it's a light colored car, it really does stick out, and people nickname it clown lips. But what's neat about a black car is that the black bumper kind of disappears in the bodywork. This car has a real mean look with it the way it is. It's kind of black with the black bumper, so it's not as noticeable. Some people have even color coated the bumper and painted the vinyl rubber bumper up front to match the body color to hide that rubber bumper. But these cars are very usable. They have 4 seats. The rear seats are kind of like the modern 2+2, where it really isn't large enough for a passenger. But having that section in the back where you can fold the seats down really helps, because you can put luggage back there, you can put all sorts of stuff back there, and it makes a big difference when you have that space. Daytonas that seemed very similar in space and size, and this car doesn't have that space. So there's a lot less luggage space compared to this car. So it's a very usable car. Power steering also makes it easy to drive. So it has a lot going for it. Check to make sure the electric fans are working. A couple little things I just want to make sure before we get too far along on this car. But you know, it's getting better and better. So let's see where we go.